What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Francis Fines, and today we're checking out my toy collection. We're opening up the vault and we're seeing what's in the stash. Come check it out. First up, we got some Ryu from, I want to say this is from the 2000s. Nothing too vintage, but thought this was a cool run. I wish I had bought some more toys from this run of Street Fighter. It's pretty cool stuff. Got this Sting from WCW. Got this at Kmart. Actually, sister got this at Kmart. I was able to talk her into getting this on the pretext that it was going to be worth a lot of money one day. And yeah, yet to be seen. But we're holding strong for you, Stinger. Got Usagi Yojimbo, one of my favorite characters. I believe this was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy. One of my favorite toys, one of my toys that I've had the longest. Was super dirty. Had to clean this one up quite a lot. This was one of my favorites to play in the sandbox with. If you were going into the sandbox with me, you were one of my favorite toys, and this guy was definitely in the sandbox. Next up, got a couple Venom suits here. Got a Peter Parker Venom, and missing the kind of the part that goes in the center there, and missing kind of just the paint here on Venom, but still mechanical, still works. Blah. Real stoked on this Venom. And yeah, I think that this, actually both of these, I'd love to trade the two of these Venoms for maybe a more complete Venom. That's kind of the idea. Here I got some more Spideys. I got my Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and I've got a Peter Parker Spider-Man here, but he's got the suit with the wraparound spider, and he's got the web canisters that are on the outside of his suit. Super badass. I love the Spider-Man look. One of my favorite suits. Got a couple more Spider-Mans. Spider-Man 2099. And this is just, on face value, just a plain Spider-Man, but his torso moves, his head moves in pretty outstanding ways. His arms used to move a lot better, but this is one of the coolest toys, especially for Spider-Man, to ever play with. I just loved playing with this Spider-Man toy growing up. One of my absolute favorite toys. I think this is featured in some stop motion animation where he's dancing and stuff. But yeah, love this toy. You can get tons of amazing Todd McFarlane poses with that Spider-Man for sure. So if I could find this Spider-Man in a box, that would be awesome. And if I could find a cape for this Spider-Man, that would be dope. Next up, I got my He-Man here. One of my favorite childhood toys, not in the best condition. It's got a lot of sun damage here on the chest. I think He-Man made it into the sandbox quite a lot too. But got my He-Man. Can't find any of my other He-Man toys, but found my He-Man. Got some room to grow here. Always good. Good thing for the collection. Another good thing for the collection are some Batmans, and these are from Batman Returns, I believe. This sure looks like the decal of, yeah, this is Batman Returns, not the gold box Batmans, but Batman Returns and Bruce Wayne, Batman Returns, the Michael Keaton edition. These went with the Batman Returns playset. Had a lot of fun playing with that playset. Got some room to grow. And my last favorite of this vault here, got my Swamp Thing. Now, the Swamp Thing has definitely got some wear and tear. It's definitely looking a little beat up. His arm's a little loose. Not too bad. At a certain point, it's loose right about here. got a lot of dirt in the crevices yet to get out. This got a major sandbox use. Super fun toy. I try to get out some of these knots. Unfortunately, this had about 2 or 3 knots, and I was only able to get out one. And this knot is just so tight, I just can't get it by myself. So I'm gonna try to get that repaired at some point. But this might be a good thing to trade. Try to get a complete version, one that's working a little bit better, maybe, or just fix this one up and try to, you know, maybe get one in a box or something. It'd be really rad to get some Swamp Things in a box. Last is a Swamp Thing that used to change colors when you put it in hot or cold water. These days, it's just this color here, these 2 tones. But at one point, I think it went from going back and forth between green and brownish red or whatever. Really love the legs on this thing. Super cool. Love this Swamp Thing. Super dope. Need to get my Alan Moore Swamp Things to match. And let's grab the other bin here. Now this bin is the one that I'm most excited about, to be honest. The right side, nothing burgers as far as value, but nostalgia is kind of like priceless over here. And same here. I mean, I think maybe these are like $10 figures a pop, but they're priceless to me. I mean, first off, we got these Wolverines. Now I don't know if I edited it out, but I had a collection of a bunch of action figures that had painted blood red. And this is one of those guys that I decided to keep because I thought it'd be cool to have like after the fight and before the fight Wolverine. Just to try to maybe make a little bit of lore in the box here. So I got my Wolverines from Uncanny X-Men. I think that's like one of the first runs of X-Men figures that they did. I think the first ones they did the ones with the talk boxes on the back. Missing the sword and the mask on both of these guys, so looking to complete those in the box or out of the box so I can actually have them to play with low-key. Got some saber-tooth tigers. They both work. I was thinking about taking this duplicate one and painting him red so he could be after the fight, and again just kind of lean into that lore of their Wolverine and saber-tooth tigers first time meeting. They were both wearing these outfits, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, got a Logan here working. Love this Logan. I would use this a lot. Some civilian life Logan before getting into his suit of choice, really. Needs a little help on that one, but this one, no problem. Love that. We're actually gonna leave those out. That's dope. You know, I wasn't gonna keep this, but I decided I was keeping my Wolverine, so I might as well. And on eBay, I saw that, I don't know, it's like a bootleg or something, but people are selling a couple of different versions of this mold, but it's a different outfit. And there's one in this mold, but it's this outfit. And there's another one where it's this mold, but it's in the kind of like the I don't know how to describe it other than like the X Factor X-Men uniform that Wolverine and Cyclops kind of wore, I think, at one point. So yeah, I kind of wanted to get some more Wolverines like this. The thing about the bootlegs is it didn't look like these go in. It didn't look like on the bootlegs. These look like they were just like straight rubber or something. I don't know. If anybody knows about that, let me know in the comments. Next up, I got just Gambit's whack and stick here. Need to get Gambit. Got Cyclops though, not working. So maybe this should go in that bag because it's not working, which is a bummer. But this is a super badass toy. I love this Cyclops. The Cyclops is super cool. One of my favorite toys. Another one of my favorite toys is this Sabretooth here. Had a lot of good battles with these two guys specifically. Just thought the molds for these two toys were super solid and made for great close quarter combat. Playtime fun. All right, the next are like the kind of the big wigs here. My favorites for sure are on this side. These are the ones that I just have, you know, when it comes to my favorite childhood memories, when it comes to pop culture, it's Batman, the animated series. That's like one of my first things that I got into as a little guy. But the first thing that I was gifted, that I remember receiving a gift from my parents, were some of these Ghostbuster toys. So I'd have a hard time getting rid of these Ghostbuster toys. Now, there's a bag of Ghostbuster toys that I am willing to just trade or sell, and proton packs included. There's no proton packs in my collection right now because I don't think I have the right proton packs for these characters. But here's a Dracula. Dracula, it's not really working. It's in pretty low quality. It'd be cool to get a better version of this. Really low quality. Willing to trade this guy. This guy I'm not willing to trade. This one works pretty darn well. All the joints work pretty darn well. The mechanics seem to work as well. Let's see here. Get his legs extended. Pressing the back. That's how we do it. Yeah, so this one works really well. Really enjoy this toy a lot. Maybe not the most functional toy as far as playing, but as far as collecting, really, really cool. Make sure that tongue's not getting hit. I'm gonna have to actually just turn that way for that storage purposes. All right, next up, we got a couple, oops, hit the camera there. Next up, we got a couple of my favorite characters. It was like totally in love with Venkman growing up. I thought he was like the coolest character. So a couple Venkmans here. Got a Winston, and I got a, oh boy, just forgot his name. Oh no, Ray. Whew. Got a Winston, got my Ray. And got an Egon, got my Janine. And got another Venkman here, and some ghosts. This Venkman's really cool, works really well. It's in pretty good quality, pretty good condition. I think the colors are pretty much there. There is a little bit of wobble on the leg here. Other than that, it's just a really dope toy. I think eventually I'm gonna have to take these monsters out and put them in a bag. There's some other monsters that I'm keeping. And that wraps up the PC. Well, except for there's a few more things that I got actually. You know, when COVID happened, I started to work at a toy store. And one of the benefits of working at that toy store, it was a vintage toy store. One of the benefits of working at that toy store was you could just work for some toys. You know, you could put a couple toys on your name, a couple comics down on your work hours there, and work it off. So I've got a couple of action figures here that I'm pretty excited to share. I recently bought a couple, six action figure cases, like clamshells. So I plan on putting these in clamshells and just trying to keep them in really nice condition and hanging them up whenever I move out and do my own thing. But for now, I'm just kind of staying with the folks until I get back out to California. So without further ado, let's check out what I got. couple of the smaller dudes, but really cool, are these Batman and Robin keychains from the Batman and Robin Adventures. Honestly, one day I'd really like to open these up and to use them. I'm not even gonna lie, but for now they look cool in the box. It'd be cool to get a house someday, apartment or something, and just put these on the wall. Next up we got, now I got a couple of these already, but none quite like this. That is a complete Wolverine from the Uncanny X-Men with all of the accessories, never before opened package. Super clean, not too bent up there. Really excited, really stoked when I saw this. And you know, we got a Quicksilver card in there, so kind of mid on the card, but really stoked on the Wolverine. This is my favorite Wolverine action figure by far. Super, super badass. Next up, we got the classic Uncanny X-Men Cyclops. I don't care what you say. This is a bad Cyclops. I love this Cyclops. The Juggernaut, the Cyclops. This series of X-Men was just so bad. The Apocalypse, Magneto. Yeah, come on, get out of here. Nightcrawler. I got a lot of work to do. I got to get them all. And the coolest thing, if you haven't noticed already, yep, that's a Wolverine card back there. So, Cyclops and Wolverine, baby. Really stoked on this. So, as you guys are aware, I am a bit of a fan of Bruce Timm and his Batman, the animated series. So, one of my dream pieces is to get gray suit Batman from Batman, the animated series. I think it's called like Sling and Grapple. I haven't been able to find one of those. Well, I found one once at my old job, but my boss put it on eBay immediately and it sold for like 400 plus bucks. A little bit out of my price range, but might have to save up for it one day. In the meantime, I got two perfect pieces to go next to that Batman as soon as I get it. The perfect pieces are this Catwoman from Batman, the animated series, and I got the Phantasm from Batman animated series. Two of I think Bruce's most formidable foes and lovers. Phantasm being my favorite of all of the Batman Rogue Gallery. I think this is a completely underutilized character. I'm really glad to see Tom King use this character in his last run with Batman and Catwoman. I thought that was really cool, even if it was like kind of mid, low key. But you know, in the meantime, I got this guy to pair with him. Nothing too cool, but it's not the right era, but it is the right style, more or less, animation style. It's that classic WB Kids. Let's get that glare out of there. And yeah, that's my personal collection. Those are my toys. That's what's in my vault. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I got some stinkers. Let me know if you think I got some beaters. Let me know if you think I got some heaters. Let me know if you think I got anything that you want. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could think of a little trade, you know, between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, my name is Francis Fines. It's been another episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace, love, God bless. We'll see you next time. Adios. Oops. We gotta do it all over again, man.